Lost children in the woods, damned wolf in the woods, damned souls forever in the woods.
We see a cool autumn night in the Hollow. It is that brief period of twilight where it's starting to get dark, but not quite. And there is a rim of orange that melts into a dark purple black in the sky above you. And stretching out in every direction you can see are tall, massive apple trees. And the smell of apple pie and cinnamon hangs thick in the air, and the lush orange and yellow and red leaves that blanket the ground crunch under your feet as you walk. You hear crickets and frogs off in the distance as you all find yourselves wandering through the Hollow once again. You don't know how you've gotten here. You don't remember leaving where you were previously. You remember Hampstead, but how you got here from Hampstead is a little fuzzy. But you find yourselves marching through this apple orchard as you head deeper and deeper into the Hollow.
Oswin, smelling the apples and the apple pie, is like super antsy to get going. Like he's like going back and forth in front of the two kids, like flying forward really fast, going back. He's like, come on.
Tommy is taking forever because any individual leaf that is on the ground, Tommy is picking up to inspect. Because I am looking for the perfect leaf.
A perfect leaf.
So, literally, it just like waddle, stops, just focuses in, bends down, picks it up, analyzes it, goes, not quite, but still puts it in the basket. And then just waddle. This happens repeatedly.
There's been a few times where Carol has also stopped and like picked up a leaf that she thinks is also like really pristine and hands it to Tommy.
It's like an actual art critic. He like will stare at it whenever Carol picks it up and is like, He does the like as if stroking a beard, non-existent whatsoever, because that's what he sees adults doing, and just goes, it's fine. Holds it out. But then he just starts waddling again.
I love him.
I love playing Tommy because I'm just like, baby.
Between picking up leaves, Carol looks up at Oswin and is like, so, Oswin, have you ever been this way before, or do you know where we're going? Does it smell familiar?
No, I don't know, but I know that wherever we're going, there's food.
Yeah. Certainly seems like it.
It's at that moment Tommy's little tummy grumbles and he just goes, ooh, apples. Waddles up to a tree and knocks on the trunk because we've encountered a lot of different things. So it makes sense to knock on a trunk. He goes,
thank God, I thought you were just gonna crawl up the trunk of the tree and take an apple.
I don't think Tommy knows how to climb a tree. And so
shocking.
Just knocks and goes, excuse me, can I have an apple?
When you do, the tree twists and turns and looks down at you, and you see a wooden face squinting down at you from the tree.
Oh my gosh.
That's about what I expected.
I was like, that's exactly what I Reese expected.
No!
Why not?
We must save the apples.
Why?
For the bobbing contest.
Bobbing contest, wonderful. Do you know when that is?
Now.
How
Was that a no or was that a now?
Dear child, it is always and forever. It has been and is and will be. That is why we must stockpile the apples.
Well, if it's always going on right now, meaning that it's already going on, but you have the apple, so why can't I have an apple? Because it's already going on right now, and that apple's not in the bobbin, so why can't I have it?
Where's the bobbing station?
The tree wordlessly untwists itself, and its face begins to fade away into a set of gnarled bumps and bark scratches and a branch, and you see one of its branches comes to rest, pointing in a direction, and it looks alarmingly like a long arm with bony fingers covered in autumnal leaves that gesture ever so lightly deeper into the orchard in a slightly different direction.
Okay, and thank you! And Tommy gives a wave before he just waddle, starts waddling in the pumpkin outfit.
I just remembered that Carol is at a point where she just is like still shocked by everything, but is like, okay, it might as well happen, whatever. Okay, thank you.
This place sucks. I'll let it suck. Just... Yeah, alright.
Tommy is unfazed now. The only thing that scared Tommy was the dark, and that's it.
I'd say the only reason Oswin didn't go for one of the apples already is because Oswin hates anything that's healthy.
Oh, Oswin.
My guy, you're so bad.
As you all walk along, you hear sounds of bubbling brooks and giggling and sounds of laughter. And after a bit of time, you come to a perfectly round, crystal clear pond that is filled with bobbing apples. Some of these apples are massive, like half the size of your head. Some of them are candy apples and are covered in layers of caramel, and despite the fact that they're in the water and bobbing, they look pristine and perfect. And they are like these deep crimson reds and beautiful emerald greens, and on the inside the pond, which appears to go down and down and down and down forever, getting darker and darker as it continues to vanish. It is a perfect circle, and the sides of the pond are impossibly smooth. You see tiny little mer people. They look like if mermaids, if the top half were like fat, chubby pilgrim children from old-timey paintings, and the fish half are like fish you would see in ponds and stuff. So like catfish and like the bigger like pond goldfish and stuff, and they're roughly the size of fish you would find in a pond or a stream in the middle of the woods also.
Oh, so they're like small mermaids.
They're small, yeah, they're little. They're like the size of like a fish.
Huh.
And they have like pot bellies and like rosy cheeks and sparkling eyes, and they're like doing reverse bobbing for apples where they're trying to bite the apples and pull them into the water, and like there's like just dozens of them, and they're all giggling and laughing and splashing around as they bob for apples. You still hear that bubbling brook, but there are no brooks to be seen. And every so often, you see one of the trees that dangle over the pond will stretch down slowly and slowly dip a branch, and a couple of apples will drop down into the water to be immediately greedily attacked by these that little catfish mermaid babies.
Tommy just waddles up, goes, Hi, can I bob for apples too? Just right at the edge immediately.
Oswin's there too. Oswin's like, I want an apple.
When you go over to the edge and you call down into the water, several of them like swim over to you and are like splashing up at the water, but they don't seem to understand you. When they speak, you just hear the sounds of bubbles being popped and blown and like wind chimes. But they're like giggling and laughing and gesturing at you to come closer to the water.
Hey, Tommy, careful. That water looks pretty deep. Please don't fall in.
It looks bottomless.
It's fine. I just want an apple. And
Ooh. Tommy, reach out your arm. I'll grab an apple for you. And Oswin kind of goes to the end of Tommy's hand to hold on to the costume sleeve.
Okay. Are you going to dip your little snoot into the water?
Yes, I know it's a bad idea, but
I
yes.
know, we're all like, this is...
I know what's gonna happen.
We are children. This is the child.
And you have mentioned what the name of this node is, and it makes me very upset.
Smackerel of a snackerel?
Yeah, we gotta be eated.
What move do you think? What's bobbing for apples, do you think? I'll let you make an argument for...
I was gonna say maybe cause mischief.
Mischief, you say,
Yeah.
not mischief. This is Mischief's upstanding cousin, who's more important. Mischief.
Yeah, because it's teamwork, Riley.
Yeah,
We're working together.
This was a scheme.
Actually, I think mischief would be even more mischievous than mischief.
This isn't just any mischief. This is advanced mischief.
My idea here is that Oswin kind of like knows that this is a game, so the idea is that they are coming up with the scheme of, hey, Tommy, extend your arm out, I'll grab an apple for you so you don't fall over, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna work in the long run.
No.
Yeah, and that means you can reach out farther too.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
We're reaching out
The
farther.
idea is that neither of them could really reach. Like,
Yeah.
Oswin can't pull an apple back, and Tommy can't really reach, so...
Tommy has a short body.
Well, yeah. Also, I'm in a pumpkin costume. I
Yeah.
bend
It's
over.
true.
I'm tipping. I bend over. I'm tipping.
If you leaned over, you would just roll into the pond.
I'm gonna roll plus noodle. Oh boy!
Yeah, I think Tommy's helping you, so I'll let you have a +1, an extra +1.
It's not gonna do it.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
what,
yeah?
what did
I
you
got
get?
a 2 plus a 2 plus a 1.
Oh, can I
Incredible.
also help?
No, because I have to narrate the terrible things that are about to
Listen.
happen to.
I feel
Let's
like this
go.
always happens. I roll the first fail of the...
Nice.
You scoot yourself down to the edge of Tommy's arm, and you lean down, and you set your little beady bat eyes on a bobbing caramel apple in the water. And you reach out, and you sink your little bat teeth into it. And as you do, you feel a little cherubic baby catfish mermaid sink its teeth into you. As
Yep.
it was going for the same apple you were, and it got hit by another excited kid, which knocked it off course, but its mouth was just open and its eyes were screwed shut, and it was ready and willing to accept that apple into its heart and stomach. And it goes wildly off path and it smacks into you, Oswin, and you are going to take 1 harm.
Okay.
And you fall into the water where you're splashing around in this deep, infinite pond with all these babies. They think, I'm just going to refer to them as the mer babies from now on, because I've described them.
The
You know
mer
what-
cherubs.
No, they're
Yeah.
mer babies.
The merbabies.
Cherubies.
They think this is hilarious, and a bunch of them start to swim at you, and like some of them are trying to push you up out of the water, and some of them are trying to push you into the water, and so they kind of end up playing like water volleyball with you.
Oh no!
Oswald's like, hey, stop it! That's not... No, I don't want this!
Wait.
I'd like to pull them both back.
You can pull Tommy back easy, but Osmond is a little deeper out there in the water.
Hello. Can you let go of my friend, please? Hello.
Use your staff.
I don't have that anymore. It broke.
You don't have it anymore.
Yeah, that broke a while back.
Wait. I have wooden arms. I stick my arms in.
Oh.
Okay, what do you think bobbing for bats is?
I mean, could this be brace yourself?
Let's say this is a cause mischief. This isn't a cause mischief.
I was gonna say skidoo, but on Oswin.
I was gonna say brace myself because I'm not bobbing for apples.
Yeah.
I am I know I'm about to be bit and I'm trying to grab a bat out of a bunch of merbabies.
Okay, sure.
Steam. Oh, good. That is an 8.
Okay, cancel one incoming harm, but garner attention of attackers. Okay. You reach out and you wrap your wooden arm around Oswin. You pull him out of the water, and as you do, you can't help yourself. Your eyes flick down into the deep, deep black, infinite darkness of this pond, and you see something move down there.
No, thank you. Carol is out of there just as quickly as possible. Takes Oswald, takes Tommy, and it's gone.
Yeah, but
You don't know. One of my fears is deep water.
Oh, so you're running away from the pond.
I'm getting at least 6 feet away.
Okay.
No.
You get
put
about
me
6
down.
feet away before Tommy starts throwing a fit.
No, I want an apple.
I know we could probably get an apple a different way. There is something in that water other than those little baby thingies.
Those things are mean. Let's go someplace else.
It's probably the parents. Duh.
Yeah, and if the babies are biting Osmond and pulling him into the water, the parents might be worse.
I want to be clear, the babies were trying to bite apples, and Oswin's belly just got in the way.
I know.
Yeah, the baby was not trying to bite. Okay? Happy accident. Everyone makes mistakes, so I want an apple.
Happy accident.
It was an accident. Happy for them, not so happy for Oswald. So I want an apple. And Tommy's
Okay, you know what? How about this? Carol very tentatively goes over to the edge of the pool and waits till one of the apples gets really, really close and pulls it right to the edge of the pond. It's okay, bob for the apple.
That's gonna take a roll, Carol. This is a cause mischief. We haven't elevated it to cause mischief yet.
I don't have that. That's a 4.
You got a 4? Okay. You're okay, I'm gonna make this as safe as possible for Tommy. So you go over, you start pulling an apple towards the edge of the pond, and one of the fat little merbabies sees you scooching an apple close to the edge, and their face just lights up with delight, and they swim over and they wrap their tiny, chubby little hands around the apple and start playing tug of war with you.
Tommy, and with that, Tommy's gonna walk away towards the other end of the pond. Just walk away.
And the punishment for that failure is you get so distracted and wrapped up, you can't pull yourself away from this tug of war. Tommy gets to do something entirely unsupervised.
I get to walk away.
My 2 greatest fears.
Tommy, what are you gonna do? In this moment, no one can stop you from doing anything.
Tommy's gonna go to the other end and full on just waddle his little feet at the edge into the water, where there's that little bit.
No.
Tommy's getting in the water.
You get your toesies out of there.
Okay. As soon as you dip your toesies into the water, some of the merbabies swim over to your toesies. They start pulling on them. One kid just bites one of your toes, but doesn't bite
I mean,
hard.
I'm still wearing shoes.
It's just like, they just wrap their mouth gently around your shoe.
No, thank you.
One kid like starts like hugging your leg. One kid starts really excitedly showing you a magic trick they learned, which is they learned how to take their thumb off, and they start doing the optical illusion where they make it look like they can pull their thumb off and on.
Tommy is having a blast, but Tommy is occasionally be like, wait, I need to step, and like moving his little legs to try to move so he can move forward. I need to.
Are you trying to get an apple?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Roll. Cause mischief? This has been elevated to
Oh
mischief.
no, I don't have that.
How dare you?
I don't have that. Oh no.
I
That's
should
noodle, though.
probably
Okay.
get cause mischief on my next level up.
Yeah, I should, because I am a little troublemaker on accident. Ooh, okay, that's actually not bad. I got a 7.
Okay. Your scheme works and does 1 harm, but any items you use are destroyed in the process.
Am I just floating in the water in my little pumpkin outfit, just bobbing?
As you bob for an apple, you sink your teeth into one of the apples. You start to pull up. As you do, one of the merbabies, this one has red curly hair, and just like so many freckles on their face. They leap up out of the water and sink their teeth into the same apple, and they pull, and the apple gets ripped in half, but you get like the little bad half, and they get like the good big half, and they just stretch out their arms and fall backwards into the water and swoosh, get away with most of your apple. But you got like a third of an apple.
Tommy takes a bite and just, whoa! And I would like to say, I am just, most of the costume is what's bobbing with me. I am just bobbing.
You get to either add 1 health or a +1 forward on a roll of your choice in this session, since you got an apple.
Oh, I don't normally lose health because everyone likes Tommy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that +1 forward.
Okay.
Oswin sees that Tommy has gotten some apple and is like kind of moody now.
Osmond, there are more apples.
Hey, how am I doing on getting that apple?
Oh, yeah. Gosh. Let's just say roll Steam and add Steam.
Just flat steam? Okay.
Yeah, just roll Steam. We'll just see if you win the strength contest.
A 9!
A 9. Your apple also splits in half. This one perfectly in half.
Ooh.
And you fall back onto your butt, and you're like, oof. And the kid splashes back into the water with their half of the apple. They look up at you as they sink deeper into the darkness with their apple half, and they smile. And their smile is so wide, and their eyes just shine. And then they kick and go deep into the darkness, and you can't see them anymore.
Nope. Carol sees that Tommy's on the opposite end already with a bit of apple and is like,
In the water fully, by the way. I'm fully, like, now in the water when I bobbed.
okay, Tommy's running over there, but goes to Oswald and is like, Oswald, you want an apple?
Yeah, I've described that this water is like, there's basically nowhere to stand except for the very rim. It basically becomes a sheer drop off immediately. Are you swimming or are you just standing on that one little lip?
I moved a little bit forward, so he's kind of bobbing. I'm still by the little edge.
If you got into the water in any significant way, the mer babies have pulled you out into the center of this pond.
No,
right.
no,
Yeah,
no,
that's definitely what happened.
no.
Yeah,
That happened to Oswin. That's happening to Tommy. They are also attempting to play water volleyball with you, but you're a little bigger. And so it's just a team of 6 mer babies will all swim and push on one side of you really hard, and you'll drift about a foot, half a foot, and then a different team of 6 other merbabies will then all swim at you as fast as they can and push Tommy very hard in the other direction. And every once in a while, one of the kids will just start eating one of your shoes.
Tommy's giggling, just a little kick of the little feet, because again, Tommy does not have a lot of fear. This is just a little kid having the time of his life.
Oswin sees that this is like not going as badly, and they're like, "Yeah, go, Tommy! Tommy, grab me that candy one over there."
Wait, I kind of have no control over which direction.
Get me the one right next to your hand.
Tommy tries, gets pushed right as he's about to.
Also, if you try and get one out of the water with your hand, the fish babies get kind of huffy and upset because that's not what you do. You can move them around with your hand, but the second you try and pull them out of the pond, they get mad. You have to do that with your mouth.
Well, Tommy can't even reach it with his hand.
Yeah.
Well, he can't even reach it with his hand now, so he can't bob it. That's what he's been trying to do.
I would like to grift the mer children.
Okay, how are you gonna grift the mer children?
So, while they are all distracted with Tommy, Carol's freaking out, looks around frantically, and is like, okay, they like children in the middle of the pond, but also they like apples. So Carol starts running around the entire pond trying to pick up as many of the apples as she can while they're all distracted, and runs to like one of the sides, and is like, hey, if you want the apples, bring me the child.
Child.
Roll grift, I guess.
Let's see. Oh, shoot, I have grift. I took it so that I wouldn't have that -2, but it's still mush, which is still a -2.
So you just didn't have a -4.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, so that's still a 9. Okay.
Okay, they'll consider it for a price. They look pretty mad.
My price being apples.
They look pretty mad that you pulled those apples out of the pond with your hand instead of bobbing for them fair and square.
I'll give them back. Carol, points to Tommy and points at the apples. And, points between the two to try and convey Tommy for the apples.
They don't super understand. They just seem mad about the apple thing. Some of the kids are puffing out their cheeks. Some of them are starting to cry, and their tears are pitch black and gooey. And when they hit the water, they sink. Whatever they cry is heavier than water, and just their black tears just drop like stones.
Okay. I think if there's some of them are still kind of tossing around Tommy, if they push Tommy and happens to come a little bit closer, Carol puts one of the apples back in the pond.
Okay, at this point, yeah, I'll say with that 7 to 9, that they get it. You have to put all of your apples in, including your half of apple that you got, if you're going to get them to push Tommy all the way to the edge.
Okay, yeah.
You just needed that one. You got them so close, and then you realize you're one apple short. You put in your half apple, and they push Tommy to the edge, and you were able to pull Tommy out of safety. But you lost your apple.
That's okay. I don't need it. I drag Tommy.
Tommy's just like, that was fun.
That was terrifying.
No, that was fine. I got to be a pumpkin! When you roll a pumpkin! Tommy's
okay, well, we should probably dry off your pumpkin, because you don't want your pumpkin to go bad from being all wet, right?
But I'm all wet. Why would I take off the pumpkin if I'm all wet?
No, I'm not saying take it off. I'm just saying we should wring it out and don't get back in the water.
You see Tommy is taking some mental, math.
Yeah, Oswin, do you want to make one last attempt at getting an apple?
Maybe. I think Oswin is kind of eyeing the trees that are dropping the apples in. How are they doing this? Are they like dropping them from above? Or are they like going
Yeah,
down, placing
every
them?
once in a while, when it looks like the pond's getting decently depleted, one of the trees around the edge of the pond will like lean over and stretch one of their branches over the pond, and then the apples will all like fall off in unison and land in the water and start to float away.
I think Osmond wants to try intercepting an apple as it falls.
You can do it with your mouth, so they would be okay with it.
Osmond would be doing all of this with their mouth regardless, but they're just like, I don't want to get in the water again. Those kids are mean.
Roll brace yourself, I've decided.
Alright. I don't have brace yourself, so
Oh boy.
Take that -2 plus
This
whatever
is-
you're.
it's gonna be a -3.
Oof.
I don't think I could do this, actually.
Well, try it.
But I'll roll.
You can at least get a medium.
Yeah.
I got a... What's that? A 9 minus 3? 6.
Ah,
6.
So close.
Okay, so full fail. Okay. So you fly out when you see one of them outstretching their hands, and you're like, I'm gonna angle myself between the pond and this
Straight up.
apple.
Drop a rock on my head.
And the apple drops, and you're hit by an apple, and it's like, it's one of the big ones. And you realize in that moment, you're like, I'm a little bat. Why did I think this would work? Like, even a little bit. And the heavy apple falls like a rock, pinning you underneath it. It hits the water, and you sink down into the darkness so fast. And as you sink down into the darkness, you see more of these black globs of mer baby tears. Something moves in the darkness, and it begins to swim up towards you.
Well,
And you see a massive, it looks like one of the mer babies, but if the human part was a 60-year-old bald man, and he's honestly more like a 75% catfish, 25% human split. Like, his face is like mostly catfish, but stretched kind of grotesquely to look somewhat humanoid. And he has the catfish whiskers, and then he has like this big, like, human belly that like tapers down into a massive catfish tail, and he's colossal. Like, Oswin, you are about the size of his pupil,
oh wow.
and he
Oh.
swims up and reaches up and grabs you, and everything goes black. Carol and Tommy,
Hey, where's Oswin?
Oswin fell into the pond, and you just didn't see him again.
With that, Tommy's like, wait, and is going directly back into the water. Directly.
Tommy!
As you do that, that sound of the bubbling brook begins to get louder and louder until it's almost deafening, and the water begins to like turn black. Like, you know, like the black part of the water that you thought was black because light just didn't reach that deep? It moves up until the entire pond has become this pitch blackness. And then you see this catfish old man monster that I described emerge out of the water, huge. His belly pretty much fills up the entire pond. And he turns and he opens his eyes, and they are huge and just like all yellow and murky. They almost look like two moons hanging in the darkness. And he reaches out and he grabs you, Tommy, and everything goes black. And Carol, you see this monster wrap his fist around Tommy, and Tommy just vanishes into it. Like his hand is so big you just can't see Tommy anymore. And then he turns and he looks at you, Carol, and he opens his mouth, and you just hear the sounds of ocean waves crashing against a jagged shore, and he reaches for you, Carol, and everything goes black.
I see, so this was intentional. This is one of those you have to fail the boss battle.
Listen, Tommy at first was scared when the water got dark, and then it was a person, kinda.
Kinda.
And he was
Oh,
like,
I want to
"Ow!"
specify. This thing doesn't look like one of the friendly little like animals or big animals in like little costumes. This thing looks like the worst part of an Animorphs cover.
Oh, but that's the thing. It wasn't the dark, and so that's why Tommy's like, "Oh," and then just snatched.
And then he grabbed you, and everything went dark.
Got snatched.
After a bit, you all start to smell sugar and cinnamon, spices, something sweet. And one by one, you all open your eyes to find yourselves smushed into what appears to be a batter, some kind of dough.
Husband sees this and just like, I don't want to be a pie, and starts like flailing.
Yep, I'm out.
You find yourselves, you're still in the apple orchard, and the sky still looks the same that it did before, but there are like a couple of stars like shining in the night sky now. But a weird thing you do notice is in this clearing, some of the apple trees have stretched themselves out to appear as and contain a fully stocked 5-star kitchen set, like on a cooking show. Like, this looks like if Gordon Ramsay moved his set to the middle of a apple orchard.
Nope, I've
Amazing.
read this book, I'm out.
And you are all in, like, the dough of a pie crust, and you hear above you, there are massive, they look like the nutcrackers a little bit, that you've all dealt with before, where they are like kind of wooden and puppety, and they have like that nutcracker jaw. The only difference is they are colossal. They are huge. They look like they are sized normally for this kitchen, and so like for this pie, so it would be like normal pie sized for them, as opposed to you, where it is so big you've all just been smushed into the dough. And you see one that is dressed up in an old-timey chef outfit. His face is a big wooden sun with the nutcracker mouth, tiny little eyes, and the biggest, angriest red eyebrows you have ever seen. And he is barking out orders to a secondary chef that has a big crescent moon head, also with a old-timey chef outfit, and then precariously placed chef hat and the nutcracker mouth. And then about half their size are a bunch of little waiters, waitresses, apprentice chefs, little cooks, and they have little star faces. Same little tiny, old-timey costumes, and they are being ordered around by these two and running frantically as it appears they are getting ready to make an apple pie with you embedded in the dough.
No, thank you.
Riley, just a question. Did you make a Gordon Ramsay nutcracker?
No. Oh my gosh, you know what would have been a better thing? You know the Great British Bake Off, where they have like their set that's under a big like tent, like pagoda situation in the middle of like this beautiful picturesque field?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but instead of a beautiful field and a tent, it's an apple orchard.
So it's like that, but not like that.
Yeah. It's like the idea of this incredibly fancy, well-appointed kitchen in the middle of this picturesque nature area.
Yeah,
And
I was
then-
just imagining like the steel countertops from like Chopped just thrown out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy sees them looking around. And I think Tommy wants to look around, being like, I don't know if they can hear me. We are small. So, I wouldn't, like, it's one of those, like, is anybody else in here? So, I want to take a gander.
Sure.
It did not work. Mark experience, Tommy.
Yeah, you look around, and this pie, like, dough crust that you've been placed in, it's honestly is so big. It's so big, it's so tall. And it's hard to focus because this, like, head chef, Sunhead, I'll be calling him, Sunhead is really screaming at these other little apprentice star chefs. Cut the apples! Prepare the batter! We have to finish soon! It's almost Halloween. It's almost the Marquis's birthday, and we will not provide his birthday pie late. Or I'll throw you into the pie. And then you hear like a chorus of little like squeals and crying as the stars start running around. And it just looks like they're doing kind of nothing. But like someone sped up the clip of them running around frantically between different stations and accomplishing nothing. So now they're just running around between different stations and accomplishing nothing, but like at 2 times speed.
I would like to yell at them.
Tommy was also going to be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. I have a shoot. What's it called?
Rowan, were you also planning on saying something?
Oswin had a different plan other than yell at the stars.
I have a move. I had a move.
Okay, who wants to do theirs first?
Let's do Oswin. Oswin hasn't got to act very much this time.
Oswin was flailing around, and he kind of tired himself out. So he's like panting in the dough, and then he just kind of like turns his head over and starts nibbling the dough all the way around his tiny body.
Okay.
He's gonna eat himself out of the dough.
Eating yourself to freedom is an interesting idea. What?
I mean, he might be able to eat himself out, but not us.
Yeah, not you guys, but tiny little bat, I figured, could probably eat himself out. He would be very full and probably get sick afterwards, but he's gonna do it. My idea was this would either be cause mischief or skidoo.
Let's do skidoo. Because the danger you're trying to escape is being turned into an apple pie.
Why am I doing so badly? What's with this? Well, I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's a lot of uncooked dough, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of uncooked dough.
Oh, yeah.
You like just start like swallowing and chewing and eating out this thing, and you get sick and full so fast. It's not even funny. And you're just like, oh.
It's not even cookie dough, it's pie dough.
It's
That
pie
would have been
dough.
cool if I succeeded, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man, why am I rolling so badly?
Yeah, why are you? Okay, Carol, you're the only one that hasn't acted in Pie Town.
Okay. Carol raises her head to the people above, does not care if they hear her, but she is going to shout, "Heat not a furnace up for your foe so hot that you do singe yourself."
You're reciting poetry about it?
I'm reciting poetry. She's just mad.
She mad. She angry.
Plus 0, because that's noodle. That's a 9.
A 9 on doing poetry about it. You were swept up in your own verse. The GM tells you something poetic about your situation, but it's up to you to make it useful. I mean, it's kind of poetic that you were eating apples, and now you are going to be an apple pie and get eaten. That's kind of fun.
It's not.
You wonder briefly if that's what dramatic irony is.
I did not eat an apple, neither did Oswin.
Tommy did.
Tommy did, but...
Also, you're pretty sure today is Halloween?
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
And he said, tomorrow is Halloween, we gotta get this ready.
Every day is Halloween.
Also,
Yeah.
it occurs to you, he said it's the Marquis's birthday tomorrow, which means the Marquis of the Hollow was born on Halloween. That's fun.
Is there a way I can get their attention?
Gosh, I mean, you tell me.
Essentially, Tommy was just gonna try. It was like, it's sticky. I can't see anything but up. And then just, hello? Hello? Can someone get us out of here, please? It's sticky. Plus, it's Halloween already. And that was gonna be my grift of, it's Halloween already. You're late. You're already late.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try and tell them if we could get their attention.
Yeah, so Carol and Tommy, you both start calling out to the chefs. You both mention, hey, it's Halloween already. Can we can we speak to your manager? This seems like a big misunderstanding. And head chef Sunhead, too busy. Which is interesting because he doesn't seem to be doing anything but kind of walking around and slamming his big like wooden hands together and yelling like cut the apples, prepare the sauce. Why isn't the dough in the oven yet?
Where's the sauce?
Hello?
Where is the cutlery?
Tommy's just gonna start getting louder.
The sous chef Moon is like, of course, Sunhead, of course. Everyone, prepare the sauce, prepare the cutlery, prepare the dough. And while they don't seem to notice you, one of the little star-faced chef apprentices comes over and like kind of like leans over the top of the pie and goes, yes?
It's already Halloween. You missed your deadline, so can you get us out of here? We're not really food material. It's Halloween. Do you not see my outfit?
No,
I'm a pumpkin.
I'm terribly sorry.
Also, you can't have a pumpkin in an apple pie. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's also a problem. We've got a pumpkin in an apple pie. I'm made of wood mostly, so wood in a pie's not good. Oswald's got too much, don't take this the wrong way, too much fat.
I'm too furry for a pie.
Too furry, too.
What?
It's just, I'm so sorry about this, but, well, the recipe does call for children, so...
I'm a pumpkin. That's a nutcracker. And that is bad.
I'm not a child. I'm a bat.
And I'm a teenager.
I think you're I think you're still technically a child, and if you're...
But I'm made of wood.
And even if you're a bat, you're a kid bat. I'm terribly sorry
Riley,
about
I'm rolling grift. This is Tommy, 100%.
I am a pumpkin. You're putting a pumpkin in an apple pie. How could you?
Yeah, can I help with that grift?
Sure. While Carol and Tommy just launch into their best Karen impressions at this poor little star chef, Oswin, you see the poor hapless little star-faced apprentice is like desperately pointing at a calendar, and you see the calendar says October, and then on the first day it's October 31st, and the second day is October. Every day is October 31st.
Every day is Halloween.
Several of them have been crossed out, and all of them have been circled, and you see the one tomorrow is also circled and just has not been crossed out yet. Tommy, what did you get on that grift with help?
If Carol is helping me, that's a 10.
Nice!
Okay.
So they trust you, will do what you say so long as it doesn't endanger them directly. Tommy is going full on,
I'm a pumpkin. You're putting pumpkin in an apple pie. You're putting wood in an apple pie. What is wrong with you?
I'll ask. I'm sorry. I'm not really important enough. And they hop down and they kind of like scurry over to the sun head, who does not see them and keeps clapping and yelling and says something about a amuse bouche, which you don't know what that is. And so then the little star runs over to Moonface and like leans up, and Moonface bends down and they whisper in Moonface's ear. They turn and look at the little star. They sigh, they pick up the little star and just like kind of hold them like a kid holding an action figure. So like arms wrapped around the lower part of the torso and the legs, and then just like head down, you know what I mean? And walk over to the pie tin and look into it and go, Now what's all this then about you not being children?
I'm a pumpkin. Duh.
I'm made of wood,
Made of wood, and
Only
that's
a
a
little.
fact.
but
No,
mostly
that's still wood.
you're gonna get a lot of. You don't want the Marquis to get splinters in his mouth, do you?
I don't think you know how to cook a pie properly.
Exactly. Why are you adding pumpkin in an apple pie? What is wrong with you?
We have been cooking the Marquis's birthday apple pie for years, and we have only received glowing reviews.
Well, you're doing it wrong this time.
You're only a little bit wooden, and you are still a kid even if you're furry, and I don't think you're a real pumpkin.
I am the Pumpkin King. Excuse you. How dare you?
I find that debatable.
No, it is official. It is official. It is official. I was the guest at Ladies' wedding as the Pumpkin King. How dare you?
That's another thing. Were any of the other children that you cooked up important children?
So, excuse
Well-
you.
Well,
Excuse you.
This is a little embarrassing, but Moonface leans in and goes, "This is the first time we've been able to make it properly in a long time, you know? We haven't had children in quite a bit. We've been forced to use child substitute."
How do you know you're not gonna ruin it? You've been saying that you've had nothing but glowing reviews. If there's been no children, adding children will ruin it. So what are you doing? You're adding
Okay.
a pumpkin, a wooden person.
You know what? How about this? I do a lot of baking at home too. Trust me, believe me. Just if you help us reset this pie, I will help you make it correctly. God, I hope this works.
I'm not over the fact that Tommy full on Karen is waiting.
I can't get over the fact that Carol was like, and this one's, and Allison's like, yeah, I'm too furry, and Carol's like, too fat.
Chubby little thing. Carol's just like, there's only fat in there.
Allison's like, yeah, I'm too furry. What?
That was good.
Well, it's not really up to me. It's up to head chef Sunhead.
Well,
So-
get him over here. I want to talk to him.
Okay, I'll speak to him about it. And they
Yeah, tell them about the pumpkin, the fur, and the wood.
Yeah, those are wrong. Incorrect.
You, apprentice chef Starface, you make sure they don't go anywhere. And they slam the little star-headed apprentice onto the table next to the thing, and they go, okay. And then they walk over and they lean up to Sunhead's ear, and Sunhead bends down, and they whisper into the ear of Sunhead for a little bit. And then Sunhead looks at them and goes, "Don't talk to the pie. Cook the pie. What do you mean you spoke to the ingredients?"
Tommy's gonna get louder. Tommy's gonna get louder. Tommy is going to cause a ruckus. I am here to cause problems. I am mad. I'm going to make sure that damn Sunhead can hear me.
Look what you've done. You've upset the pie.
I am the Pumpkin King.
Full on. Tommy is screaming. I am getting someone to listen.
New idea. Carol kind of leans over as much as she can, while still being in the pie, of course, to Starface and is like, "Hey, are you okay? Are everything okay here?
Oh,
This does not seem like a good working environment."
it's fine. It's just he's really stressed out because he has to make one of these apple pies kind of like all the time. And also, like, he's just so important. And it's such a pleasure to kind of study at the foot of a master. So,
I know that voice. I've heard that voice a lot at home. Let me ask you one more thing. When was the last time you had a legally entitled break?
we
I'm sorry.
we don't really get to we don't really get to have breaks.
Well, I think you guys need to form a union.
I knew it. I knew this.
They don't even have dental.
They don't even have dental. Tommy's like, a union. You need a union. Doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't want to cause any fuzz because he's already so upset, and if I make him more upset, I might get fired.
Well, that's the thing. If you tell this to all your friends, all your other star friends, and they are also in on it, you all agree together that all of you will stop working until you get better rights, because you deserve rights. So if all of you agree together to stop, then he can't be mad, because he needs you, and you need to show him that he needs you. He can't do this job without you. He needs to respect you more.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, stop. Don't apologize.
Don't apologize to me. You need to be respected, and I respect you. You don't need to apologize to me, because I see how much you are worth.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need someone to make a roll.
What would that even be?
That would be grift.
Yeah.
It's you're trying to convince someone to do something against their self-interest. Creating a union directly is against the self-interest. Tommy is helping, though, because Tommy's hyping you up. Tommy is hyping you up.
Okay, so am I allowed to have that +1?
Sure.
Tommy's like, yeah, unionize. Union. Make it
Okay.
union.
Tommy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
I keep rolling 9s, but that is an 8. -2 +1.
Consider it for a price. Maybe, but we're gonna need to put something in here we're gonna need a child substitute, or the Marquis will get really, really upset, and if the Marquis gets upset, then, bad stuff happens.
Don't even worry about it. I bake a lot of stuff at home. You do your thing. Just point us to where the pantry is and where the substitutes are. We will make a new pie for you. So you don't even have to work today.
Oh, jeez. Let me, see. They, look around nervously. It appears everyone else is still, doing the thing where, they're running to different stations and, it looks like a set where it's like a set for a cooking thing, and everyone's been told to look busy.
Oh, no.
And so people are running. One person starts to chop up an apple and then stops before they finish, and they pick up the chopped up apple slices and they just carry them to a different station and set those down. And then another person runs over and starts to shine silverware, and then they put them into a sink or drop them on the ground and they get dirty, and they put them in a different station, and then someone runs up over there to shine it, where they then drop it to get dirty and get carried to another station. One person just keeps opening up different cupboards, taking stuff out, running to a different cupboard and putting stuff in there. And you're like, I don't think anything's getting done in this place.
Yeah. Wait, so who made this pie then?
It's a pre-made pie now. That's why it's the only thing that's done.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, they wouldn't have time to make a pie every single day.
Anyway, so are they considering the price?
Yeah, they'll let you out as long as you help them find a child substitute and also not get fired.
Yes.
After a second, they kind of look around, they wait for everyone to be busy, and then they one by one peel you out of the dough and set you on the side of the counter. And you realize just how massive this place is. It's so huge. And they're like, okay, you have to, even these little star people are massive to you, and they're half the size of the other two. They're like, okay, you said you'd help me not get fired, and you would help me find a child substitute. for the marquee. So,
Absolutely.
What have you been using?
child things, like toys or old costumes or homework or
Tommy just goes,
Wait.
costumes, toys, homework, stuff like that.
I'm the Pumpkin King. Keep that in mind. I am the Pumpkin King.
Okay.
But
and Tommy just like takes off the main, like, you know how it's like the big pumpkin S, and the hat goes,
here you go. Fresh. Not even old.
It's like kind of wet, but
Well, you didn't care about that when I was in there.
Children are wet.
I feel like even Tommy scrunches his nose.
we're gonna need something else besides.
Carol sighs and takes off her fur mantle robe, hands it over.
And this is Tommy doing like a sales impression,
And these aren't old. These are new. So it's even fresher than the old ones you were using.
Okay. They just squish them into the dough, and then they look at Oswin. I need something else.
Tommy turns to Oswald and is like,
The bow. Coffee it up.
But this is my...
Coffee up.
Fine.
I'm the Pumpkin King and I gave up my pumpkin
Fine.
attire.
Okay. Yeah, Oswin hands over the little candy corn bow tie.
I'm so devastated they're losing their costumes, but it's necessary. I'm devastated.
Riley,
but-
this has to be the finale, because we can't do another Halloween without
Yes,
costumes.
we can. We can find another. How dare
We can
you
find
assume
more.
Tommy is not persuasive enough? How dare you assume Tommy cannot find more costumes? That is an insult to Tommy's persuasion.
Yeah, they squish it all into the batter, and they go, okay, you all should get out of here before the head chef and his assistant figure out what's going on. Because that could be bad.
Oh, before I go, I have one thing that I think will help you.
Carol goes over and usually when you make a pie, there's like some leftover dough at the end that you cut off. So Carol takes like some of that and like forms it into lumps and like stuffs it under the covering to make it look like we're still in there.
Carol makes just giant mannequins of themselves out of dough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That might cook weird, but okay.
I'm sure it'll always cook weird. Thank you. Tell all your friends.
Union.
I'm telling you to riot.
Riot.
Does Tommy know what a riot is?
I don't think he does.
No, Tommy does not.
Let's just roll just like pure luck. Roll 2d6. Don't add anything.
12!
Oh, boy, here we go.
Nice.
You know what? The little star-headed apprentice scurries down and hops over and goes over to another starhead that is desperately taking crackers out of one box and shoving them into another box, and leans over and whispers something to the little starhead, and they put down the crackers. And they run over and they start whispering to a little starhead.
Yes.
They start going and whispering to another starhead, and it just spreads. And head chef Sunface goes like, "What are you doing? Hey, no, get back to sorting those crackers!" And as he bellows this out, all of the little star faces stop and turn and stare up at head chef Sunface. And then one starts passing out cutlery to the others.
Ah!
Okay, guys, it's time to go. We gotta get out of here.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Oh my god!
We are not seeing the end of that scene. We are gone.
I'm gonna need someone to lead a skidoo check to leave this situation that's about to get real bad.
I don't have skidoo.
I have it, but I've been rolling awful. Are we sure we would want me to do it?
I could do it, I guess.
I was gonna say Carol. Do you have it?
I don't have it, but I do have a +2 in Steam, so it would just be a 0.
No, I want Osmond to lead skidoo.
Oh no, okay. Well, my metal dice are in timeout as I move to my plastic dice.
This might be the time.
This might be the time. I am just I'm gonna cry no matter what I roll. The tensions are high.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
Cry.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I rolled a 5 on my plastic dice, and then
That's what
I
I
was
said.
like, yeah, you know what? What if I rolled my metal ones instead? And I got 11.
Oh my goodness!
Metal ones that I put in timeout because I rolled 3 times and got really low numbers. Like,
Okay, let me look at...
anyway, it was a 5. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, Rowan, I hope you're marking experience for all this.
I have, except I can't level up because
We're in the middle of session.
You're gonna, level up twice at the end of this, though.
yes,
Osmond deserves it.
You are all running away, and you're covered in sugar, and you're scurrying off, and then you hear, "How dare you!" And then you hear a sweeping and a crunch, followed by a few little sounds of silverware being plugged desperately into wood. And then there's a little eep, and then a star blinks into the sky. And then another one. And then another one. And then another one. Each one preceded by a little until suddenly all you hear is the sound of head chef Sunface breathing heavily.
guys, I think we murdered them.
Oh no!
This is not what I meant. This is not what I meant.
And as you're running, you don't dare look back, but just at the edge of your hearing, you hear him turn and say, "And you, I bet you were in on this too." And then Moonface go, "Oh, no. Sir, I would never." Preceded by a swift
Oh,
and then
Ugh.
the moon reappears in the sky.
Oh.
There's a moment, and then screaming at the top of his lungs, you hear Sunface roar, "Where are my farm to table ingredients?"
they're still in there.
And then you hear thoof, 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 as the massive, easily 8 times your size, head chef Sunface, Sunhead, I believe. Yeah, head chef Sunhead, begins to pursue you through the woods. What do you do?
Guys, we gotta hide.
Yeah. Tommy would be like, yeah.
The eyes have trees. The trees have
Ah!
eyes.
As we see him running, he's like pushing trees over and they just crack and fall apart under the weight of this dude's massive arms. And as we see him running towards it, his body has little knives, forks, and spoons just stabbed into the wood of his like belly, his hands, and like the lower parts of his legs. As he runs towards you all.
Where's the pond? Maybe we could get him to fall in the pond.
You don't know where the pond is.
Is there anything around that I could possibly talk to?
The apple trees that you remember, you could talk to them earlier.
Oswin's like circling around them and is like, "We gotta split up. You can't chase all 3 of us at once."
We are not splitting up. Nope.
Riley, is there anything like do I need to roll gander or something?
Yeah, I'll say Oswin and Tommy roll gander to find something to do. I know You, Tommy, wanted to find something to talk to. Osmond, I think you want to find something to distract them.
Oh, wait. Osmond, you have forest expert.
I do.
That's true.
I'll do a gander. I'll look around.
I forgot about that.
I got an 8.
Well, I got a 9.
Ooh, finally.
Okay.
The metal dice. I went back to them.
They learned their lesson. They got put in timeout and realized if we don't clean up our act.
7 to 9, you know where you're going, but it's going to take a detour to get there. As you are scurrying desperately, you see a sign just nailed to a tree in the woods, and it has just an arrow pointing, and it says Witchville. Population 35. Osmond, I will establish, you know the way to a nearby village where hopefully you will find some form of safety from this colossal weird chef.
Yeah, Osmond starts flying in front of Tommy and Carol and is like, this way! There's a town!
Okay.
Sounds good.
Tommy, you got a thing on Gander?
I got an 8.
On an 8. So you can ask 2 questions. One answer will be true. The other answer will be a lie. Okay.
Okay. What here is not what it appears to be?
What here is not what it appears to be.
And then,
What are they thinking?
I honestly was gonna say, what are they thinking? The trees in this reaction, like, how are they? They're going that.
Yeah, what do they think of all their brethren being ripped up from the roots?
The trees don't have any thoughts on this. They exist to serve the chef and initiate various, help manage various apple-related tasks, such as the Bobbing for Apples contest for the Mer babies and providing apples for the Marquis's birthday apple pie. So as far as they are concerned, they are providing they are fulfilling their point of existence. As for what here is not what it appears to be, everything is super straightforward. Everything is super cool. This is an apple orchard, and there's nothing more to it.
Mm.
Also, Witchville seems like a good place to go.
Wait, that feels like multiple lies.
Everything's cool and straightforward and nice and good.
I think everything you said was a lie, actually.
You know what? It's all a lie. The only thing that was right was the bobbing for apples.
The cake is a lie.
When will the lies end?
So, I guess we're heading to which town, you said?
Witchville.
Witchville. Definitely not a cursed place.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all. Why would it be?
You hear another bellow from head chef Sunhead.
Nope.
He roars, "Get back here and into my artisanal pie!"
It's not artisanal.
It is! It's
You didn't even decorate the
bespoke.
top.
I was going to!
Also, another thing is if you keep making pies every single day, don't they lose their flavor, like their appeal? Like...
If every day is his birthday, you have to make something different every day.
I work with what I'm given!
Who even bakes a pie for a birthday? You need a cake.
You're just making him angrier. What move is this?
Is it...
This will be a cause mischief. Or a hurt. Hurt his
I was gonna say, you can
emotions.
do a hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Tommy, because you started this.
I do have hurt, but I do have a -1, so we're gonna see how that goes. I do have hurt, though. Oh! Oh no! I'm halfway to leveling up.
Oh.
You failed the hurt.
Yeah. I don't know what that...
Golly gee, guys. this might be the last episode.
No!
Oh no!
It should have seemed like you guys are really dead set on failing. Your target immediately returns. Okay, so you try to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, we did.
And he bellows and roars, and he goes, I won't take this from a kid who lost their pumpkin costume
I did not
and
lose it.
lied about being the king of the pumpkins.
I am the Pumpkin King.
You're a liar.
I am not.
Everything you say is deceitful. And Tommy, deep in your heart, you know this to be true.
No.
You take
I
one harm. You take one harm of emotional damage.
I would like to step up.
As you know deep in your heart, you're a liar
Step
and you're
up?
not a
No,
pumpkin.
I would like to step up and defend Tommy.
Okay. I don't know why I should let you do this, but go off, I guess.
7, 8, 9. You protect your friend but put yourself in imminent danger. And Carol just turns around, but turns her body and still running and shouts back and gives Tommy a reassuring squeeze, because I'm pretty sure she's dragging him by the hand right now to make sure that he's right there, and shouts back, no, you are absolutely wrong. Tommy is whatever he desires to be. He could be the king of pumpkins right now if he wants it. He could be whatever he wants when he grows up. You are just being a little jerk about it because you can't be what you want to be.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
Okay, let's see. So, on a 7-9, you protect your friend but put yourself in imminent danger. As you turn and you start yelling this, at Head Chef Sunface, TM, you feel something deep inside you twist. And you feel a deep, fear and anger you haven't felt in a bit. And you know what? This calls back to when you chewed out Dahlia, the witch. And you feel one of your feet turn to wood. And you're going to take one harm as the pain of your foot transforming to wood.
-1 harm. I don't take harm if it's 1 or below.
Oh.
Your wooden body does not protect you from itself.
Damn it.
Okay, Osmond, do you want to try something?
I mean, I don't know.
So, Tommy, you do not take harm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tommy, you do not take that emotional harm.
Yeah, I
as
got that.
Your sister attests that you can be a pumpkin, damn it.
I said I was the Pumpkin King.
You are the Pumpkin King.
Pumpkin King, pumpkin.
We're running to Witchville.
Running to Witchville.
Or how far are we? Are we there? Are we?
You could probably do Skidoo and maybe find a shortcut.
If you want to move you guys closer to Witchville, roll another Skidoo.
Alright. Jeez. Okay. It's not bad. It's 7.
A 7, you
Oh,
say.
right. Solid.
You escape but create a complication. You leave something behind. You take something with you. You create tracks, etc.
We take him with us to Witchville, I imagine. Oswin doesn't care that he's following. Oswin's hoping that the witches will be angry enough against him when he comes barreling into the village.
That's true.
As you all are scurrying, you run and you burst out and you leave the apple orchard and you start to see normal trees surrounding you and pine cones littering the ground and pumpkins every so often. And for a moment, you think you're safe. But then you hear one last bellow. He says, "You can't escape me! Don't you know I see everything?" And you know what? The sun starts to rise just a little bit as dawn breaks. And you all run along this path. And as you're running along, you find yourself stepping onto a brick path. But the bricks are candy corn. And it's beginning to get lighter and lighter. And up ahead, you see a small, bustling village. surrounded by a little wooden gate, and at the very top of the gate, there's a sign that says, "Welcome to Witchville. Population 35."
Thank you, Robin Mag and I'll Never Tell 3, for supporting us through our Patreon. If you want to support our podcast as well, you can head over to our website, mxpcrew.com, where you can find our Patreon link on the very first page. We offer shoutouts to our patrons, as well as behind-the-scenes information and monthly stickers. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr for all your social media needs. If you like our show and have been thinking about podcasting yourself, I highly recommend starting on Buzzsprout. MXP started on YouTube, and let me tell you, it was extremely difficult uploading 1 to 2 hour long videos at a time in a timely manner. But working on Buzzsprout has been insanely helpful and fast. Buzzsprout helps you list your podcast in every major podcasting platform, as well as provide super affordable monthly payments. I totally forget that I'm paying for it because of how cheap it is. You even get a free, great-looking, pre-made website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, and my personal favorite part, detailed analytics to see how people are listening. If you follow the link in the description and sign up for at least 2 months, not only do you get a $20 Amazon gift card, but you will also be supporting our podcast as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.